All right, back at it again, back at it again, back at it again. This time with another match preview: Liverpool up against Arsenal, or Arsenal, up against Liverpool. Premier League. We have two games against Liverpool this season. This week actually, two games against Liverpool. One in the EFL Cup. We'll be traveling. They'll be traveling to the Emirates in the EFL Cup, but unfortunately, we'll be traveling to the Anfield. That is in the EPL game, and that is on Monday, tomorrow. That is what we are going to be looking at. How prepared are we? How can we beat Liverpool? Get in your predictions, smash the like button. Do you think we can beat Liverpool anyway? Because I don't know how we are supposed to do that, but in most cases we are supposed to, because we are big enough. We are big enough. This is a game that's going to be really, really hard for us, and I think if I was to give my prediction, it would be annoying to many Arsenal fans, very annoying to many Arsenal fans, but still, I'll give it at the end of the day. So welcome back to the channel, and don't forget to smash up the likes, get in your predictions, and tell me who do you want to start against Liverpool? Do you think should we trust Mikel Arteta to start for us? Should we trust Mikel Arteta to win this game this time around? So I'll be going through some of the statistics about the game, and I'll be looking at the match preview and all those things. These are two teams that have won their first two English Premier League games. Arsenal 2 out of 2, 6 points. Liverpool 2 out of 2, 6 points as well. Arsenal, we beat Fulham and West Ham in our opening two matches, and then Liverpool luckily beat Leeds and comfortably beat Chelsea. Sadio Mane and Mo Salah were the biggest names in those two games, and of course for us, I think since the season started, you can say Gabriel Magalhaes has been the biggest name, in that Arsenal side. So probably we need maximum performance from him, because we're going to face a lot of problems when it comes to Liverpool this coming Monday. We are starting a week, a bad week. We have Liverpool twice. Not really interesting. If you look at some of the statistics of this game, Liverpool have won their last 4 home games during us. Their last 4 home games against Arsenal, they have won none. They have not won more consecutively against the Gunners at Anfield since a run of seven between 1981 and 1988. Arsenal's victory over Liverpool back in July was their first win over the Reds in 10 Premier League games. Wow. We drew 4 and lost 5. The Gunners were looking to win back-to-back league games against them for the first time since September 2012. That is not really nice to hear. 3, since a 1-0 victory over Leicester City in April 2017, Arsenal are winless in their last 6 Premier League games against the reigning champions. All right. However, Arsenal have won each of their last 3 against Liverpool, with the Reds as reigning champions. That is 2-0 in May 1989, 3-0 in December 1990, and 1-0 in March 1991. Okay. Only 3 top flight fixtures: Liverpool versus Manchester United, Chelsea versus Manchester United, and Arsenal versus Manchester United, have seen more defeats for the reigning champions than the 16 between Arsenal and Liverpool, with the Gunners enjoying 10 such victories against the Reds. Finally, Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 60 Premier League home games, winning 49 and drawing 11 since a 1-2 loss against Crystal Palace back then in April 2017. Only Chelsea 86 between 2004 and 2008, and Liverpool themselves 63 wins between 1978 and 1980 have had longer runs in the English top flight history. There we go again. So the big game that all of us are waiting for, Arsenal up against Liverpool. You have seen the statistics; they're not on our side. Basically, they are not on our side, and I don't think they are going to be on our side anytime soon. One of the things I think is Mikel Arteta must rescue Arsenal, and then the brilliance of Jurgen Klopp is going to be very key when it comes to this game, because I think we have beaten them in the last two games. One in at Wembley. Of course, you know how well we do at Wembley, but you know how bad we are at the Anfield. Last season we lost 3-1. You still remember Mane making every one of us look like a fool, then Salah and so on. I want to say we have changed a little bit, but not so much. That's what I would say. We have changed a little bit, but not so much. The midfield is crap, but the defense is getting better. The striking line and the creativity is becoming better as well. But our midfield is really, really having a lot of problems, And if I look at how teams have been performing today or this weekend, I don't see us one of any other size that's going to survive. Basically, United, beating uh winning against Brighton. What a game it was! What a game it was! A penalty after full time. Tottenham Hotspur almost suffered the same, VAR penalty, and of course, Manchester City being beaten 5-2 by Leicester City. I thought Leicester City were no longer a big side, but finally, they come in with, a surprising win for me. It has been really surprising for me to see them, come with such, a performance. Trust me. So make sure you get in your predictions and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So basically, in my opinion, I would think who is going to win this game? Liverpool. I would still give them, the credit to win the game. They are the bigger side. They're champions. I would even think they will win this game and win the league as well. So make sure you give me your predictions and what you think about the game. Kyle.
Hello. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I reckon with Arteta the way he plays, I reckon we can get a 2-1 win.
2-1 win. Um, 2-1 win for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, but I think Maitland-Niles is key to winning because the way him and Tierney can double up on Salah, like they did in Community Shield, I reckon Maitland-Niles is key to play if we done a win.
Yeah, everyone would predict a Arsenal win because they are an Arsenal fan. I also wanted to predict it, but I failed. But how good is Liverpool? How good is Liverpool this season? The way you've been seeing them and all their, players coming back slowly by slowly. Of course, they have not, they didn't start so well against Leeds. They conceded very many goals from a side that was just coming into the Premier League. But then they stabilized against Chelsea. I don't know whether it's Chelsea that are really bad or they stabilize. And if I look at Arsenal, and then compare us to Chelsea and Leeds, and then look at Liverpool, I don't stand a chance. I don't think we stand a chance. How good is Liverpool?
Liverpool are very good. They haven't played like they did last year at the moment, but they're a good team. I reckon they'll win the Premier League again this year. I don't think anyone can stop them, especially after City losing 5-2 today. I think they're a really good team, and I see Arteta doing the same sort of thing in about 3 years. I think that's where we'll get to where Liverpool are now. Like, it took Klopp a while to get rid of all the dead woods, and I reckon Arteta's doing that now. I reckon in about 3 years we'll be where Liverpool are. But this year, it'll be hard to get anything out of tomorrow's game for Arsenal. But it's football, anything can happen. Leeds went there and scored three, so why can't Arsenal? And they've got injuries as well. I hear Thiago's out and Addison's out.
Yeah, you may look at the injuries, but I don't think their injuries are so significant because even last season, even if they broke their last season team, they still, they are still better than us, because literally both teams have their last season, team. They don't have so many additions. We don't have so many additions. We have Gabriel as the big basic addition, and William, and probably they are Thiago, who could be their basic addition in this game. But I think, all of it is going to stay the way it was last season. Uh, Klopp is going to bring his original team. Mikel Arteta is going to bring the players that he has or he had last season, and I still think they are better than us in that regard. I still think they are better than us. But do you think we can get a result? A result if we don't win. Do you think we can get a result like 1-1, 2-2 at the Anfield? Because at least we have to look ahead. We have to keep them in short, because we still have them in the EFL Cup.
Yeah, well, we haven't won there since I think 2012,
Yeah.
2012. We haven't won there, so it's gonna be hard to even get a point. Like, but Arsenal under Arteta, he don't really concede more than one goal. I know we're playing Liverpool with that attack. That I'm even hearing Liverpool fans are saying they're scared of Arsenal's defence, the way they just sit back in blocks and then counter you. So I do think Arsenal can get something out of the game. It's not the Arsenal under the Wenger years and the Emery years. Arteta knows how to get grind up results. I think we won like the last 6 games against top 6 teams. So people shouldn't write Arsenal off. But yeah, they're the best team in the world, Liverpool. And yeah, it's going to be tough to get anything out of tomorrow's game. But fingers crossed, if everyone plays to their game, I reckon we can get at least a point out of it tomorrow's game. But it'll be a very hard game to predict.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very hard game, but I think it's going to be very entertaining. Um, like Mikel Arteta said, they can possess that ball. They can, get hold of the ball almost 90%, of the 90 minutes, and you know, you're going to create very few chances against them. You have to put them away if you're gonna win against them. Um, how do you see, where's the battle going to be? Do you think we could have a midfield battle in this game, or it's going to be between our defenders and then their attackers, basically?
I reckon Arsenal have to just sit back, kind of like Chelsea did the other day. But we need to do. Chelsea need to do counter attacks. They literally just sat back. We need to get a Aubameyang on the break, and it can't be midfield versus midfield because their midfield so much better than us. Like we probably play with El Nene and Shaka being the two defensive midfielders, and then they'll literally try to get a Aubameyang on the break. But yeah, I think it'll be our defense versus their attack. That's what I think.
Yeah. At times I think Mikel Arteta can help us, but then I think the team is not helping him enough at times to go through circumstances like this. Because if you look at clubs like Manchester United, you look at Liverpool, look at Manchester City itself, they might not have started well, but they have a lot of support. They have a lot of support from the boards. Right now, Manchester City is bringing in, Diaz, and Chelsea have had a whole, lot of signings, before, and even they are still bringing in more players. Transfers. Do you think, maybe, this must be a game. This might be a game we have to lose to make the board realize that we need more additions, this season.
Yeah, but I don't want to lose. I would rather have the win than not get anyone in because the confidence would be so high if we manage to beat them away from home. It'll be so high. Like I reckon the board are buying players. It's all poker at the moment. They're waiting for the Howard deal to get over the line before they go out and get Partey because you can't activate Partey's release clause because Leon will be like, okay, you've got the money. Why we'll just say 60, 70 million for Hour. We're trying to drive down the price on Hour and then we'll go for Partey as well.
Yeah, but Arsenal is really funny. I still remember the season where Manchester United, I don't know what I should call it, but they beat us to death. I think it was 8-2, and then we went into the summer, we went into the transfer market on the deadline day, and we had, I think that's the season when we brought in Mikel Arteta from Everton, and a couple of other signings. And when I think about this game, I'm like, what if it is the opportunity we have to show the board that we are not maybe good enough and bring in more players? I think because it's a justifiable loss. If you lose against the champions, it's a justifiable loss. After Chelsea lose to them, almost Chelsea has a new squad of almost 120, 150 million pounds. They lost. Probably it would be a justifiable loss, and then we show the weakness, because if you look at that West Ham game, it really communicated so much. The problem is that we won it, and the board sits comfortably thinking that maybe because we won, we can do better. you know when you look at it in that regard, probably I'll take a loss. I'll take a 2-1 loss or 3-1 loss to Liverpool, and then show the board that we need additions here and there in the next 6 days. Right, that was Kyle there, trying to give us his opinion. You can also do the same. Link is in the commentary section above. You can give me your opinion, about what you think about this game. It's a tough game, but we'll us sign a war transfers again. It's a draw 2-2. This is Hassan. 2-2. Okay. It's Hassan our coming. We're tired of waiting. Let's go to match. Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. That would be very interesting because we have not beaten them in a while, especially at the Anfield. Ever since 2012, like you've seen the statistics, that would be very interesting to see that we can actually beat them. Our only chance is to use Matip position because he is not really fit. Even if you use the Matip position and score 2, Liverpool have the potential of scoring 5 goals, or or more, or 4, against us, because they're going to man the midfield. They have a very good front line, Mane, and Salah. I think they share 6 or 5 goals between them just this season in the first 2 opening games, because I think Mane won it against Chelsea 2-0, and then Salah had a hat-trick against Leeds, and then he won it for them. Still remember. So it's really going to be very hard. I know we have key players, but they have more key players than us. If you look at that, their side, even if we brought in just a Jota who's a newcomer, he has, he's going to have a bigger impact, very big impact, on us than we would have, on them. So still, I think they are the better side. Someone said they are the best side in Europe. If I compare them to Bayern Munich, I still think they are very close to being the best side in Europe. So it's really going to be a hard game for us, even if we capitalize on a few mistakes that they may have. This is French, but I don't really speak French, so I cannot really understand. Let's use English on the show. So guys, I'll go for a 1-1 draw. That's the result I want to see. But at worst, I think Liverpool can win it 2-1. 2-1. We are not going to be, so bad defensively if Mikel Arteta doesn't bring Rob Holding, because how you saw how Mikel Antonio was very, very hard on Rob Holding. So I wouldn't want to see Rob Holding anywhere. So that's the truth. I wouldn't want to see Rob Holding anywhere close to that starting lineup. I wouldn't want to see Sid Kolasinac as well. I think this is a team where this is a game where Mikel Arteta has to choose his team at the best. Bring the best team. Leno, Magalhaes, Luiz, Tierney. That should be the back line. I think no more changes to that. Then you can think of Dani Ceballos and Granit Xhaka in the midfield, or possibly El Neni. He can use 3. Then Bukayo Saka, I would expect to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles instead of Heki Bellerin. because I think Ainsley looks better than Heki Bellerin. And then the attacking line, Pepe was very good against Liverpool, by the way, last season. So you would give him for that. He was really good against Liverpool. Aubameyang is a sure deal. Aubameyang is a sure deal. And of course, Lacazette scored against them last season when we were beating them 2-1. 2-1. I think it was our first victory against them last season, 2-1. And then I think Reece Nelson. Of course, I wouldn't call up Reece Nelson, but I'll go with Lacazette. So I think, we can work hard. We can work hard so that we don't get humiliated. That is what I don't want. I don't want us to get humiliated, by Liverpool. It wouldn't look the best, or it wouldn't look, any better anyway. So I wouldn't want us to be humiliated by Liverpool. I would want to see us win against Liverpool at the Anfield, which might be quite very hard. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 or a 1-2 loss, a 2-1 loss to Arsenal. That is about Liverpool's goal scorers. I think if you're going to score, it might be a forward again, someone like Aubameyang. He didn't score in the last game. Probably he would want to give us something more of himself. So I think he can get onto the score sheet this time. Then Mane must score. Mane must score. I think he's just on fire. And then Ronaldo, Firmino. I think that I think my predictions are right. How do you think the midfield will be lined up if we get a war? And then mark my words, because see Arsenal 1-0, Liverpool 1-0. That's his prediction. How do you think the midfield will line up if we get a war? I don't think if we get a war, we are going to really change so much. Like many Arsenal fans, are predicting and are getting excited all over the place. Because if you have Jose Mawar, basically he's another Santi Cazorla, he's another Sami Nasri, he's another box-to-box midfielder. So what's really going to change? I'm not really going to get excited that something. I don't think we are going to change formation and so on. It's going to stay the normal 3-4-3. Maybe Granit Xhaka will stay in that lineup, and then Jose Mawar plays with Granit Xhaka, because Xhaka gives you the defensive part of the game, and then Jose Mawar gives you the box to box and the creativity. So I don't think so much is going to change. I don't think so much is going to change really, if I'm going to be honest. The person who will score is Gabriel. Wow, you love the newcomer, right? My friend Arsenal will win. I'm from Kenya. Thank you so much, Josiah. Arsenal will win. I'm not really taking away the possibilities of Arsenal winning this game. I'm not really saying that we can't win this game, we can't beat Liverpool and blah blah blah, because we've beaten them before. But just going by statistics and going by how both teams look on paper, you would go for Liverpool win. You'd go for Liverpool win. If any of you is really sincere, you would go for a Liverpool win. But of course, in most cases, as fans, we are never sincere. As fans, we are never sincere with ourselves. So no one of us is going to go for a Liverpool win. It will be hard for Mane to penetrate into our defense only if Ainsley Maitland now stay. Both of them are quality players, but don't forget Mane is quality. Mane is quality, man. This one says Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2. All right, that's quite interesting as well.